All right, guys, thanks for watching. Today we will be talking about something very interesting. I think you will find this quite interesting. We seldom, or if ever, talk about this in class, but I think this is a kind of story that all of you should hear, and it's interesting and it's fun. Okay, good. All right, the title of today's story passage is Zeus and Hera. Okay, Zeus and Hera. Long ago, when the world began, the world was ruled by many gods. The gods lived and ruled the world from Mount Olympus. Zeus, the god of the sky, lightning, and thunder, was the king of the gods. He was married to Hera, the goddess of women, family, marriage, and childbirth. Together, Zeus and Hera ruled Mount Olympus as king and queen of the gods. In those days, there were beautiful nymphs who lived on earth. Zeus, who loved to be in the company of beautiful women, often visited earth and had affairs with them. In time, Hera became suspicious and secretly followed him. But each time, just before she could catch him, Zeus would discover her and order one of the beautiful nymphs, Echo, to distract Hera. Echo was a loquacious nymph. She would have long conversations with Hera, which allowed Zeus to escape before Hera could catch him. Again, Zeus and Hera. Long ago, when the world began, the world was ruled by many gods. The gods lived and ruled the world from Mount Olympus. Zeus, the god of the sky, lightning, and thunder, was the king of the gods. He was married to Hera, the goddess of women, family, marriage, and children. Together, Zeus and Hera ruled Mount Olympus as king and queen of the gods. In those days, there were beautiful nymphs who lived on earth. Zeus, who loved to be in the company of beautiful women, often visited earth and had affairs with them. In time, Hera became suspicious and secretly followed him. But each time, just before she could catch him, Zeus would discover her and order one of the beautiful nymphs, Echo, to distract Hera. Echo was a loquacious nymph. She would have long conversations with Hera, which allowed Zeus to escape before Hera could catch him. Okay, quite a few vocabulary words today, but it's okay. I think most of them you kind of already know. All right, we're just going to discuss them, okay, as we go on. All right, so let's begin. Let me explain what has happened, okay? All right, so Zeus and Hera. Zeus and Hera is a story. It's not a story. There were two gods in something called Greek mythology. 希腊神话哈。Greek mythology is very interesting. There are hundreds and hundreds of stories, and the stories are very interesting because we actually use these stories in English. Okay, when we want to say something, we will refer to some story, and so people could understand what you are saying. Okay, so Greek mythology, 希腊神话, very, very important to English. So Zeus and Hera. Long ago when the world began, we don't know when, but in the beginning of the world, okay, the world was ruled by many gods. It was ruled by, this is a 被动, right? This is passive, right? It was controlled by, okay? It was controlled by many gods. It was watched over by, right? So for example, like, right now Taiwan is ruled by, DPP, and then right now China is ruled by, the 中国人民共和党, whatever, huh? Right? So, but long ago, according to 希腊神话, the world was ruled by, was controlled by, was watched over by many gods, okay? Right? Well, I don't need to write by again because by is in the story. The gods lived and ruled the world from Mount Olympus. Now, Mount Olympus is a real mountain in Greece, okay? So if you go to Greece right now, you can go to Mount Olympus. It is the tallest mountain in Greece, okay? Mountain in Greece. Now, if you are wondering, does Olympus have anything to do with Olympia, which is where we get the Olympic Games? It does not. Olympia and Olympus are like maybe about 500公里, 500 kilometers. So it is not near the city called Olympia, where the origin of Olympic Games, the Olympic Games, began. Okay, so Mount Olympus, okay, which is the tallest mountain in Greece. Okay, so the gods lived and ruled the world from Mount Olympus. Zeus, the god of sky, lightning, and thunder, was the king of the gods. So in Greek mythology, in 希腊神话, Greek mythology, each god has a power, right? So Zeus's power was he had control over the sky, 天空. He could make lightning and therefore thunder. Thunder is the sound of lightning. Now, long ago, people didn't know that. People didn't know that thunder is just the sound of lightning. So, lightning and thunder really are the same things, right? So, you couldn't have thunder without lightning, okay? All right, so he was the god of Zeus, the god of sky, lightning, and thunder. Okay, the sound of lightning. Was the king of the gods. He was the most powerful. Okay, he was the most powerful god. And he was married. He had a wife. He was married to Hera. Okay, so who is Hera? Hera was the goddess. Okay, was a goddess. Goddess means a girl god, a woman god. Okay, a goddess. Right? A 女神, huh? She was the goddess of women, family, marriage, and childbirth. So she was very powerful too. She has a very important job. She was the goddess of family, of 婚姻, marriage, right? Marriage is, being married. Or I should say not being married, but like the act of marrying, right? Yes, all right. The 行为 of marrying, the act of marrying, right? Okay. So she was the goddess of women. Hera was the goddess of women, family, marriage, and childbirth. What is childbirth? childbirth is having babies, right? Okay, right. 生产, right? Okay, childbirth. All right. So Hera and Zeus were married. Okay, and Zeus was the god of lightning, sky, and thunder. Hera was the goddess of family, marriage, childbirth, things like that. Okay. All right. Together, Zeus and Hera ruled Mount Olympus as king and queen of the gods. So they are the king and queen of Mount Olympus. Okay. All the other gods have to listen to them. They don't always, but they should. Okay. Okay. In those days means at that time, long ago, when the world began. Okay. In those days, all right. 在那些日子, right? In those days, there were beautiful nymphs who lived on earth. Okay. What are nymphs? Nymphs are 仙女. Very good. So, in those days, there were beautiful nymphs who lived on earth. So basically, I want you to imagine the world in Shila Shenhua, in Greek mythology. There was the gods who lived in Mount Olympus, and then on earth, there were people like me and you, and nymphs and other things too, monsters and demons and things like that. Okay, so but in those days there were nymphs. They were 仙女, nymphs. Nymphs were not as high as goddesses. They weren't 女神, but they were one level lower. Okay. So in those days there were beautiful nymphs who lived on earth. Zeus, who loved to be in the company of beautiful women, okay, often visited earth and had affairs with them. We have the Zeus, who is a 第一个 god, right? He loved to be with beautiful women. To be in the company of means he liked to be with them, okay? He liked to be next to them, all right? He liked to play with them, okay? So be with, okay? So he liked to be with beautiful women, okay? So Zeus, who loved to be in the company of beautiful women, he liked to, talk to them and play with them, and you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, so often visited Earth from Mount Olympus. He would come down, fly down or something, whatever. Okay, those gods have powers that they're invisible, you can't see them. Okay, so he would come down and visit Earth and have affairs with the nymphs and the women, right? What is have affair? Is to 外遇, right? Okay, right? Have 外遇, 有外遇. Okay, to have affairs with them. Okay, to have affair is to have a relationship when you are married. Okay, you should only have, if you're married, you should only have a relationship with your wife. But if you have a relationship other than your wife or your husband, then you are having an affair. Okay, so to have an affair is to have a relationship. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Outside of marriage. Okay. Remember, Zeus was married to Hera. Okay, so Zeus, who loved to be in the company, to be with beautiful women, often visited Earth and had affairs with, 有外遇, have a relationship outside of marriage with them, the nymphs. Okay. In time, Hera became suspicious. So his wife, is like, why are you always not in Mount Olympus? Why are you always going down to earth? So she became suspicious. She became to think something was wrong. something was, she became suspicious. She began to think something was wrong and secretly followed him. Right? So when he went down to earth, she would follow him secretly. But he's Zeus, man. He's a god, okay? Right? But each time, just before she could catch him, Zeus would discover her. Zeus would know, oh my God, my wife is here. Okay? So Zeus would discover her and order, 命令, command. Okay? Command, 命令, right? 命令. 指示, right? Would order one of the beautiful nymphs. Her name was Echo. Okay? So each time, he was having an affair with a nymph, and, sometimes with her, and then, and he would know that, oh no, my wife is here, and he would tell Echo, you go and 浪费时间, right? Yes, right? I need to get away, all right? So, one of the beautiful nymphs, her name was Echo, to distract Hera, to 分散她的记忆力, to distract, okay? To draw attention, to get your attention. So if you are watching TV and you're not listening to this video, so the TV distracts you. The TV draws your attention. So Zeus would tell Echo, go get her attention. Go talk to her, right? 分散她注意力, and then I can get away. Okay. So, to distract Hera. Echo was a loquacious nymph. Echo liked to talk. So loquacious means she had many things to say, liked to talk. She was talkative. She talked a lot. All right. So Echo was a loquacious nymph. All right. She liked to talk. So perfect, right? Because, Zeus can have more time to get away. She would have long conversations with Hera. Okay? She would have long conversations. Hey, Hera, how are you doing? Oh, 最近怎么样啊? And she would talk to Hera, and Hera would try to, go, but then she didn't want to be kind of like, 不礼貌, right? So she would try to go, but then Echo would kind of distract her and then keep her talking. Okay, right? So she would have long conversations, long talks, long chats with Hera, which allowed Zeus to escape before Hera could catch him. Okay? Get away, right? Escape. All right? So very funny, right? So in Greek mythology, Greek gods are like people. They feel嫉妒, jealous, or they get angry, they get they have affairs, they like beautiful women, so it's kind of interesting because they're not like the gods that today we think of, like God is perfect and they never do anything wrong, right? No, Greek gods do things wrong all the time. Okay, all right. So this is Zeus and Hera. Okay, they are two of the most important gods in Greek mythology. All right. Again, I'm testing how you are with reading. Right. If you see a word, remember to cut them in half. Cut it in half. So. Should we do it here? Yeah, let's do it here. So long ago, when the world began, the world was ruled by many gods. The gods lived in and ruled the world from Mount Olympus, right? Olympus. Zeus, the god of the sky, lightning, and thunder. You see that? Thunder, easy, right? was the king of the gods. He was married to Hera, the goddess of women, family, marriage, and childbirth. Here's marriage. Look. Ma. And then, look. This is kind of interesting. This is like suicide, right? I'm not saying marriage is like suicide. I'm saying, like there's an I here. The I 很小声. Marriage, rich, marriage. That re is very, very 小声. Marriage, okay, marriage, okay, marriage, okay. So the e is actually in this word. If you don't say 还好, if you just say marriage, that's okay. Marriage, it's okay. Okay. So actually, you can ignore 这个忽略的 I completely. Just say marriage. Okay, marriage. So you can actually just pretend the I is not there at all. Okay, marriage. Okay, and childbirth. Child like a child, and birth like in birthday. Childbirth. Okay. Together, Zeus and Hera ruled Mount Olympus as king and queen of the gods. In those days, there were beautiful nymphs. The Y here sounds like an I. Okay, it sounds like an I. Right? Nymphs. Okay, right. So in those days, there were beautiful nymphs who lived on Earth. Okay, you know, in Chinese culture, we also believe in nymphs, right? 仙女, huh? In those days, Zeus, who loved to be in the company of beautiful women, right? To be in the company of, who loved to be with beautiful women, often visited Earth and had affairs with them. Affairs with them. In time, Hera became, suspicious, okay? To be suspicious is to 怀疑, right? So in time, Hera became suspicious and secretly followed him. But each time, just before she could catch him, Zeus would discover her and order one of the beautiful nymphs, Echo. Remember, this CH 要念成 K, huh? In this word, okay? Echo, to distract Hera. Oh, Echo was a loquacious, right? Just have to remember 这个 A 要念 A 哈 ，low 不是 loquacious，是 loquacious. Echo was a loquacious nymph. She would have long conversations with Hera and which allowed Zeus to escape before Hera could catch him. Very good. Very interesting story. We're going to begin our Greek mythology weeks with two of the most important Greek gods, Zeus and Hera. Goodbye. I will see you soon.